What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made these. Beautiful, delicious, smoky, grilled, sweet, spicy, amazing hot honey sriracha rotisserie chicken wings. Just look at the color. Yum it up. These are some chicken wings. Pat them dry. And what I got here is some chicken wings because 'tis the season for football and chicken wings. And I love cooking chicken wings, probably the most common thing we cook here at the Chud shop. And I've been on record plenty of times saying that chicken wings is probably my favorite food, at least top 3. But today we're gonna do something that I have not done yet, which is some rotisserie wings. And I've seen this floating around the internet for a while, but basically you get a basket like this, rotisserie goes right through it, and they can kind of tumble and cook and smoke all at the same time, which sounds pretty tasty. And also this basket is huge, so probably a pretty convenient way to cook a bunch of wings for your next football party or, you know, next time you just want to eat a big plate of wings. But before we fire up the pit, we got to get these things broken down. And to do that is super easy. Just aim between the joints. And just like that, no time at all, we've got our drummies, we've got our flats, and we've got our wing tips. These we'll save for making stock, and these we'll throw some rub on. And for our rub today, we're gonna go on with some good old-fashioned Chuds BBQ snake bite. This rub was pretty much designed for wings. Highly recommended. Very tasty stuff. A little bit of kick, but pretty much an all-purpose rub. But as you know, any rub will work for this. And to get these evenly seasoned and contain the mess a little bit, I'm gonna throw these all into a bowl. And then in we go with a good amount of our rub of choice. We're gonna be adding more flavor later. This is just kind of start building those layers of flavor. Just get them nicely coated, folks. Best part about this is I don't think we can forget the sides. And just like that, all rubbed down, looking pretty good. I did go in with a pretty good amount of rub, although it doesn't really look like all that much on camera, but probably about a 1/4 cup of rub went in there, so we know we got plenty of flavor. But again, we're also gonna rely on the sauce for a lot of flavor as well. But now I'm gonna pop this in the fridge for a little bit, let that salt start working on the chicken. Not really to brine it or anything, but just because we got some time to kill while we go ahead and fire up the pit. And while that pit comes up to temp, let's go ahead and get this basket loaded. Fits onto our rotisserie perfectly. Made by the same company, so that makes sense. And simply enough, we're gonna just take this top portion off, just a little squeezy poo there, and then dump our wings in. Nice. Oop, straggler. And now we're gonna pop this back on. Make it as tight as you see fit, and we're good to go. Pretty simple. Got this pit fired up, rocking around 300 degrees across the board, which is pretty nice. And as you can see, I've got all the charcoal scooted all the way to the back to make sure we have room for that thing to spin. So I'm glad it got up to temp. And you could definitely do a whole bunch of wings in here. I mean, that is not even close to being filled up. But now onto the pit we go. Nice part about the Chud grill is that it just drops right in. Beautiful. And then on this side, we'll go ahead and get this little guy locked and loaded so this doesn't pull out of the machine. And there we go. Oh, I forgot to tighten the bolts. There we go. Let's try it now. Yeah. And here we shall sit for the next probably hour or so. Not really sure how long this is gonna take. This is my first time firing it up, but so far it's working out pretty well. It's getting pretty close to the coals on this side, but because they're constantly moving, really shouldn't be an issue. And I think for a little extra flavor, I'm gonna go ahead and toss in a tiny little piece of post oak here. Get some grilled smoky wings going, sounds good to me. But right now we're just gonna shut it down. Keep an eye on it, make sure nothing falls apart. But, gotta say, great fit on that. Pretty nice, you can keep checking on it, make sure everything's rotating. And we've got some smoke coming out. Gotta love it. We're about 40 minutes or so into this cook, and I gotta say, so far, it's been a very pleasant cook. Don't have to do anything. Oop, looks like we had a couple fall out. Let's try and grab those bad boys. And where did these even come out? Oh, there you go. I guess that's one thing to keep an eye on. Rotate, rotate. Oh, but they're starting to look tender, starting to get some good color on them. Probably give it another 20 minutes or so before we take another peek. So we'll just let those continue. But while those cook, it gives us plenty of time for another episode of Bones Tries Something Weird. What's on the menu today, buddy?
I'm ready for you this time. Someone sent us a care package. I don't know who. So we got a few options, but I'm thinking this because there's no English on it. And we looked it up. It's some sort of like spicy wheat noodle.
Apparently it's quite refreshing according to the Amazon link. Spicy and refreshing.
Oh.
Tasty and refreshing.
That smells weird.
Flexible yet chewy was another description. Oh, wow.
It looks like a dog chew.
So we've moved on from
God.
cat food to dog toys.
Honestly, it tastes good, but it's really spongy and weird.
So it's essentially a thick, spicy noodle.
Yeah, but it's like hard on the outside and squishy in the middle, and it's sweet. Tastes like black pepper.
My favorite thing that you pointed out is the picture on the back is just like people in a laboratory. It's not really a good look. Oh, that was the worst noise I've ever heard.
It's just so greasy.
It sounded like you just took a bite of a sponge.
That's what it feels like.
Ooh, like you have an odor to it. Mm-hmm. Is this weird enough for you?
The texture is like nothing I've ever had before. The flavor is great. Honestly, it's very like black peppery. It's a little sweet, kind of barbecue flavory.
Yeah.
But squish.
At least they're not individually wrapped. Oh, they are a bit greasy, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Edible vegetable oil.
Yep. That's the first ingredient. All right, let's try it. I don't even know what these are called. Oh, that's so bizarre. That is very flavorful.
Yeah.
Kind of spicy, kind of got like a spicy Cheeto vibe going on.
Yeah, without the cheese.
I just hate the noise it makes. Oh, I could see these being a fun little road trip snack or something, though.
Yeah.
The amount of oil on there, though. And finally, something that's not fish.
Mm-hmm. It's vegan, I guess.
And while those wings finish off cooking, let's go ahead and make ourselves a super quick and easy sauce to toss our wings with. And for our sauce today, we're gonna do a classic flavor combo of some honey sriracha, but instead of regular honey, we're gonna use the hot honey that I made in the hot honey ribs video from a couple of weeks back, because this stuff is tasty, and we got it on hand. And if you haven't seen that video yet, I highly recommend checking it out. Some of the best ribs I've made, and this stuff, super easy to make. But in we go to the pot. Ooh, yeah. Probably about a cup. And once that is nicely heated through, we're gonna go ahead and add our sriracha. And today we're going with some of the Yellowbird stuff. Love these sauces. They're local to us. I'm sure you've heard of them before. They're everywhere nowadays, but they're blue agave sriracha. Fantastic stuff. Highly recommend it. We actually sell it on our website too if you want to pick some up. But of course, with a honey sriracha or a maple sriracha, you can really dial it in and keep tasting it until it tastes the way you want it to, whether you want a really spicy one or a sweet one, or that perfect balance, you know, just kind of taste and adjust. But I like it. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat. I'm also gonna go in with a little bit of soy sauce, just to add a little more salty umami flavor to this. But I do like the color of this stuff so far. Almost looks like a sweet and sour sauce. Oh, that is lovely. Little more sriracha. Also gonna add about a tablespoon of some apple cider vinegar. There is some of this in the hot honey already, but I think a little extra zing would be good in this. I like a tangy wing sauce. And once that is tasting how you like it, to finish it off, I'm gonna go in with a knob of some butter and just kind of stir that to slowly emulsify in, giving some nice body and richness to this lovely wing sauce. Because you can't have a wing sauce without some butter in it, folks. I mean, come on. Be sure to taste and adjust. Oh yeah, very good stuff. And our wing sauce is done. Hot. I'm gonna do my best to pour some of this into a squirt bottle for easy application. Oh man, am I finally gonna pour something into something else without making a mess? Wow, first time for everything, folks. And back out here, our wings are looking absolutely beautiful, getting nice and crispy. You can see them dancing around in there with some beautiful crispy skin. Definitely fully cooked through. And again, I'm really liking this technique so far. Fire has stayed strong, wings are tumbling, nothing's falling apart or anything. Contraption-wise, that is. Or wing-wise, I suppose. But before I go ahead and pull these off, I'm gonna squirt some of our beautiful sauce all over these bad boys. And usually I'm not a sauce on the wings on the grill kind of guy, especially because the sauce is full of sugar and it can fall and hit the coals and burn, but the coals are kind of off to the side, so I'm not too worried about that. And I do want to cook this onto the wings a little bit, just to set a nice glaze. So I'm just gonna spray these all down a little bit, let them tumble for probably another 10 minutes, maybe hit it a few more times, and then we'll pull them off and see how these came out. And just like that, off the pit these come, and ooh, they definitely darkened up a bit, but let's go ahead and kill this motor and get this thing out of here. Ooh, gotta say they smell good. Pop this little top off, and we'll do its final rotate. Sticky glaze is definitely not the cleanest thing in the world. If you can cook it, Nick will do the dishes. Loving how these are looking. Color is beautiful. All things said, these were on the grill for about 2 hours, maybe a little bit more, which is definitely a long time. Did not need to be on there that long, but I was kind of going by color, but I really didn't think about how much color was gonna be added once we started drizzling the sauce on there. So if I ever do this again, which is likely, I'll probably start glazing a lot sooner, but that is a good looking chicken wing. But to finish these off, I'm gonna go ahead and hit them one more time, just for good measure, because we got plenty of this glaze left. And then for a little color, color and freshness. We'll go on with some chives. That sounds good to me. Just look at these beautiful wings, folks. Loving the color. They've cooled down. They've been garnished. They've been sauced. They've been spun. So let's see how they came out. Pretty excited. Ooh, that's a different smoke flavor than I usually get. Nice clean bones, nothing wrong with that. Heat level is perfect on these. A little bit of sweet, a little bit of heat, very flavorful. I like the way it tacked on there, very tasty. And that smoke flavor is different, you know, it's kind of like a rotisserie chicken in that all the fats and everything kind of rolled around, so you don't get nearly as crispy skin, but it's just different. And these are definitely still pretty crispy, but they are glazed in a sugary sauce, so that'll take care of that. It's almost crunchy on the outside, like a candy-coated wing. Very snackable. The flavor of that sauce is just absolutely fantastic. Probably my second favorite flavor on wings, other than buffalo, would be a maple sriracha or a honey sriracha. Just look at that. It's so tasty. Pop a little sesame seeds on there too. That'd be good. Go for a little drumski, shall we? And yes, I did bust out some blue cheese dressing because it's still good on everything. Made this in the buffalo chicken taquito episode. That does actually pair quite nicely. The heat is starting to build. Definitely not over the top though.
Oh, these look so good.
That little guy?
He's so cute.
I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
Wow, these are so good. They're not like super sticky, but the sauce just adheres.
Yeah, like it's got a tackiness to
Yeah.
it. Like it looks sticky, but like my hands are clean, you know what I mean?
It's like the sauce created like a crust.
Yeah, I said earlier it was like a candy coated wing, which sounds weird, but it really does work.
Yeah, this is so good.
The chives, nice touch too. Just gonna eat a whole pile of wings right
I'm
now.
gonna eat this whole thing.
Look at that little guy. How is it with the blue cheese?
I think I would go with ranch.
Yeah, I kind of like it because it reminds me of like having a fig jam or something on a cheese board with that funky sweet combo.
Yep, I could see that.
I think it works pretty well. I don't know what happened in that tumbling process, but this poor wing lost both of its bones.
What?
Yeah, nothing in there. Oh no, it's just a broken bone. It lost 1.5 bones. I think I will get the bigger wings next time because a few of these did fall through and 2 of them fell directly into the fire, like at the last minute, and they're currently smoldering away out there. Which
Maybe
does
that's that great smoke flavor that we're getting.
Yeah.
Just burning wings.
You ever had chicken wings, smoked chicken wings?
You said that these might be overcooked, but I think because of the rotisserie, it kept the juices in it. It looks burnt, like look at the bone, but it's not.
No.
It's great. I almost always get a buffalo and a sweet heat if I go to a wing restaurant. Always.
Tell you one thing though, that's going to get a lot more use here at the Chud Shop. We make a lot of wings, and that is a great way to feed a bunch of people. We could have fit 2, maybe 3 times this amount on there too.
It is the worst thing to clean though. It is awful.
Gotta go. You can just stick it in the dishwasher, right?
You can, but it doesn't work.
Really?
Yeah, you gotta soak it and then just kind of like get the junk off and then put it through the dishwasher.
You should have told me that before I covered it in honey.
Stickiest sauce ever.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna eat this whole pile.
Oh, 100%. We'll just,
You're coming along for the ride.
I think for Super Bowl Sunday, though, that rotisserie might have to make an appearance. It's so much easier to cook on that because cooking wings on a Chud box or an offset is great. I love doing it. They taste amazing. But you have to flip them all. So the only other option is to like skewer them all, but then you got a big rod going through the middle of them.
Yep.
But that thing, it's a spectacle and it's functional. I like it. We have talked about just shoving an entire pork butt in there for no reason at all.
It would do nothing.
Yeah.
It would hold it together.
No, we cook it until it pulls itself and all falls through.
Maybe a rotisserie like stuffed something, because then you can like cage it in.
You could probably fit a turkey in that thing. It's huge.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments below what we should do next on the old rotisserie, either on the Chud grill or the Chud box, because I'm liking this. It's been a minute since I played with the new barbecue gadget. But these bad boys, definitely making these again. And with this very last bite of chicken wing, I think it's time for the official taste test. All right, y'all, and that is it. That is how to make some absolutely fantastic, smoky, sticky barbecue rotisserie chicken wings. I highly recommend giving this one a try. You know, that basket is a lot of fun, and I definitely want to experiment with it more. I think there's a lot of cool options with that thing, and if you have a rotisserie as part of your barbecue setup, I definitely recommend picking one of these up because those wings were absolutely fantastic and definitely something I'm going to be doing again. And I always do love to add a new chicken wing recipe to the old back pocket. Highly recommend it. But all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you do give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Patreon members. Thank you for supporting Team Chud and allowing me to keep making all these videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace.